sure.
So I've read these stories online, just, you know, supposed stories. I don't know if they're actually true. I haven't heard you guys talk about this yet. But so these stories that supposedly Tim Curry didn't take the filming of Rocky Horror very seriously because it might have been a joke. He didn't think it would do very well. Did you feel that way on set, that he didn't take it very seriously?
Well, I think Tim did it very seriously because he had done it on stage for a couple of years, and I think he just wanted to finally, you know, get it somewhere permanent, and he took it very seriously. I think after the fact, he just wanted to shed it, you know, like the skin of a snake, because he was being so associated with it. But, you know, it's partially his fault because he was on stage with it not only in London, but in L.A., and he was the talk of the town because he was just ripping it up. You know, he was so good. And I think, if anything, what he was critical of in the film was that I think he thinks maybe he was a little over the top, but that was the nature of the character, you know. But he's a serious actor, so he would see something like that and go, "Oh, that's just you know, too big," or whatever. But everybody was too big, and that was the nature of the movie. You know, if it wasn't too big, you know, it wouldn't have worked. You know, and that was one of the brilliant things about the director, Jim Sharman, is that he got everybody in the sort of same place in terms of the size of their performances. So we were tongue-in-cheek to it, but we weren't making fun of ourselves. Because which is really what was wrong with the Fox reboot, was that everybody was like making fun of who they were and what they were doing. And that doesn't work, you know, with that kind of stuff. You have to be really sincere with your characters and just let the situation be the funny thing. But that same thing happened with Grease as it went on and on and on. As people did it years after years after years, it just became like a lot of posing and a lot of... But when we did Grease originally, I mean, we had lived through the 50s, so we knew the sort of underbelly of it, and we knew that even though it was hyper and it was big, there was, you know, there was a potential pregnancy. There was, you know, the two gangs actually could hurt each other if they got into a rumble, you know. But back to Rocky Horror, I think we worked very hard to make the same movie, which is not always possible, you know. And that's the talent of the director, who because he directed it on stage, and he was a big stage director. He had done Jesus Christ Superstar, and he was very bright. Very bright. Jim Sharman wrote a book. He's written a book. Jim Sharman's written a really good book because he went on to do operas and this and that in Australia. If you get a chance to find his book, it's really exciting. Good book. Did that answer your question?
That does.
Very well.
Okay.
And then my second question. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you have a second question.
So I guess that kind of helps with my second question. So I guess we can expand it to your other works.
Let's expand it.
So as an actor, I know when I do something on stage, I might make a choice at the time that I think, wow, that really worked, and I really liked it. And then in the future, I'll look back and say, wow, that was really bad, or that didn't work. Do you have any of those moments that you look back now and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that, or wow, we actually said that was okay?
Don't say nothing about Megaforce.
We love Megaforce. Oh no, Megaforce. I got a bunch of them for Megaforce. Oh, I was horrible in that movie.
You were not.
I sucked in that movie.
I'm telling you that.
No, really, I was like trying so hard to be sexy. It was
you were doing a damn good job.
Oh, well, thank you. No,
listen, I might not be here if it wasn't for Megaforce. That's all I'm saying. My parents watched that movie and was like, oh, check it out. I'm teasing. I'm older than Megaforce.
Yes, you are.
Yes.
I don't know if you are. What were we talking about? Yes, do you have a question?
I do.
Okay.
When you were in the studio for Phineas and Ferb, did you get to spend time with Tim Curry and Richard